And I'll do introduction.
Yeah.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the webinar today entitled Achieving SDGs as a Family Business, a sharing from a fourth-generation family business from Indonesia. We at Taylor's University are very honored to be the first university to have Mr. Irwan Hidayat, third generation, and Ms Maria Hidayat, fourth generation of PT Industri Jamu dan Farmasi Sido Muncul, to serve as the guest speakers, sharing about how they have achieved SDG as a family business. Together with Mr. Irwan and Ms. Maria, we have also Ms. Lala Irviana, a family business advisor who have been working alongside Sido Muncul. For those of you who know, Sido Muncul is a household brand in Indonesia producing various types of herbs. One of the most well-known products would be Tolak Angin and Kuku Bima. PT Industri Jamu dan Farmasi Sido Muncul is the largest herbal company in Southeast Asia. Currently, a fourth-generation family business, is the only herbal company that goes public in the Indonesian Stock Exchange. With their vision, mission, and dedication, they achieved the first SDGs award from Indonesia government in December 2022. So before we begin the session, let me first introduce the speakers today. Mr. Irwan Hidayat is the third generation of Sido Muncul. His family worth is among Indonesia's top 50 richest. He served as Sido Muncul's first CEO after the family business has gone public in 2013. His current position is the marketing director. Known as the man behind Sido Muncul, he was the man who pushed for innovation and brought the family business to its new height with business expansion, such as hotel, food and beverage, packaging, organic fertilizer, and others. Even though at his 70s now, he is still full of love and passion for the business. And he does not foresee himself retiring anytime soon. You may search online if you would like to know more information about Mr. Irwan and his family business. Ms. Maria Hidayat is the fourth generation of Sido Muncul. She's the first daughter of Mr. Irwan Hidayat. She is currently the Vice Marketing Director of Sido Muncul. And last but not least, we have Ms. Lala Irviana. Ms. Lala is a full-time lecturer at Diponegoro University in Indonesia. Her passion and knowledge on family business in the Asian context, in particular Indonesia, led her to build an advisory firm named Asian Legacies, aiming to address the learning needs of business families by helping business families to grow and bridge across generations. Without further ado, we will have Mr. Irwan introduce about Sido Muncul, his family business. The floor is yours, Mr. Irwan.
Yeah. Good morning, Vera, Lala, and everybody. I'm very happy today because I have this opportunity to share my company and my experience to all of you. So I will start my presentation. Hope you can understand. And can I have the slide, please?
Slides.
Yeah, slide. Yeah. This is just only a picture, yeah, but not my grandmother.
Tahun 1940, Ibu Rahmat Sulistyo untuk pertama kalinya meracik ramuan jamu godokan tolak angin. Tahun 1951 di Semarang, Ibu Rahmat Sulistyo mendirikan pabrik jamu Sido Muncul. Produk pertamanya jamu tolak angin serbuk. Tahun 1992, mulai diproduksi tolak angin bentuk cair. Tolak angin Sido Muncul untuk keluarga pintar.
Yeah, this is just the video you just saw. This is my advertisement. on the television. And I will introduce the picture you see is my grandfather and my grandmother. We are from a Chinese family. Mr. Rahmat Sulistyo, yeah, Sim Jambi, and then Mrs. Rahmat Sulistyo, my grandmother. Yeah, you see, this is the day they were born and passed away. Slide, please. Okay.
Next slide.
Next slide. Yeah, my grandmother and my grandfather, they have 9 children. Yeah, and my mother is number 7. My mother. I'm the 6th grandchildren. They have 44 grandchildren. It's very big family, yeah. And this is my mother and my father. Yeah, they manage the. Oh no. My grandmother started this business in 1940 in Yogyakarta. The first product is Tolak. Angin. In 1949, when it happened war in Yogyakarta, she moved to Semarang, and I joined with her because yeah, he take care of me since I was a baby. And then she moved to Semarang in 1951. She
established
established Sido Muncul. First we ran only 2 rooms, and then I will show you the picture. And the picture number 2 is my mother and father. They passed away already, yeah, and started manage, yeah, the company in 1970. And then, and the 3rd picture number 3 is me and my siblings and sister. My sister, I have 1 sister, 3 brothers. I'm the oldest, and Sofyan Hidayat, Sandra Linata, Johan Hidayat, and David Hidayat. David Hidayat now is the CEO of Sido Muncul. Next slide, please. This is my photo. It was taken in Yogyakarta in 1951 when I was 4 years old. And the first picture my grandmother put on the packaging is her photo and me. I was 4 years old at that time. Yeah, it's very, yeah, I don't understand everything that time. And then in the coming years, I make the logo and what is pon lumpang, yeah, in bahasa Indonesia is lumpang. Yeah, until now, this is the logo from Sido Muncul. Next slide, please. Now, this is the first factory in Semarang. My grandmother moved here with me, yeah, and she ran 2 rooms, 2 rooms, 1 for me and my grandmother, and 1 for my grandfather and my uncle. And if you see the arrow, the first is the place where the room where I stay, and this is the room where my grandmother
made jamu.
Yeah, made jamu. And the second arrow is we have 3 employees that time to grinding, to
Grind the herbs.
grind the herbs. Yeah, grind the herbs. That is that house is placed in Semarang in Jalan Bugangan number 25. Next slide, please. This is the second factory. We moved here in 1953. Yeah, and the right picture is my grandmother with her employees in 1961. Right.
The first factory.
No. This is the second factory.
Oh, the first house.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now the factory in this is the actually this is the fourth factory. Before this we have a small factory in Semarang. This is the fourth factory and location in south of Semarang, 25 kilometers south of Semarang, at Jalan Soekarno-Hatta 25. The factory is now 40 hectares. Oh, the first factory is 40 meter. The second is not 6,000, it's 600. Yeah, and the third factory 400,000 square meters. Boy, very big, ya. Ya, ini salah ini. Sorry. Yeah, this is the milestone in 1984, 1997. We started to build this place in 1997. This is the factory was open in 2000 and 2010. We built a herbal company, and not herbal company, materials herbal company. And 2013, we are entering. We are to be a public company. Yeah, we apa ini mas? Ya, Berlico. We join memasuki. We have a new business in pharmaceutical company. Yeah, and 2018.
Completed construction of a new.
Completed construction of a new factory to produce Tolak. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is I will tell you the story about what happened in 2000. Yeah. In the year of 2000, when we coming on the 2001 of 50 years anniversary Sido Muncul. Yeah, Maria will continue. Yeah.
Hello everyone. My name is Maria. I'm the first child of Irwan here. Okay, I will try to remember the story about the vision, because at that time during 2000 2001, I first joined the company. I graduated in 1998, and then I worked for a while outside of the family business. And then I started to join this family business in around 2000, 2001. And at that time, I remember my father had this meeting because for almost 50 years, this company doesn't have any vision and mission. As you know, most of the family business, maybe not now, yeah, but at that time, most of family business in small, medium scale, we don't have any vision and mission because as a family, we work with sort of unspoken knowledge of our vision and mission, right? But then the family started to get bigger. There are 13 of us in my generation, me, my siblings and cousins. And also the company itself was getting bigger. So my father probably thinks that now is the time to have a vision and mission. Yeah, right? Okay, so at that time, he had a meeting about vision and mission, and then he asked everybody for suggestions. And then at the end, he's the one who came up with this vision and mission, which is in bahasa Indonesia memberi manfaat untuk orang lain dan lingkungan. Right? So in English is translated into to be useful or to be beneficial or to give impact to other people and environment. So provide benefits to society and environment. And at that time, a lot of us thought that this is not a suitable vision and mission for a business company because, well, I was taught in school that usually the business organization have vision and missions that's more along business sides, right? But this is more sounds like NGO.
Yeah.
Vision and mission, right? And then everybody thought that.
Kau tahu nggak kamu kan?
Oh,
non-government organization, yeah.
And a lot of us were well, we disagreed on this vision and mission, but then it turns out to be a correct one, I think, because this vision give us the base to do everything that is well, not only beneficial for us, the stakeholders, but also to others and environment. So, and then as a result, maybe next slide. Yeah, as a result, we got a lot of awards since then. These three are the most prestigious one. Yeah, the most prestigious one in the past 5 years. The first one on the left is the award from the Ministry of Industry. We got the Green Industry Level 5 for 5 years. And then the middle one is the most prestigious one last year. Is Indonesia's SDG Action Award 2022 last year in the category of big business scale. And then the right one is the Gold Proper Award from the Ministry of Environment and Forestry. Yeah, and this was in the year of 2020, 21, and 22.
Membuktikan filosofi yang visi-visi yang filosofis.
It was a validation of this philosophical vision and mission that we did correct things.
More than menghasilkan, menghasilkan lebih dari uang, more than money.
Hasilkan lebih dari uang.
Visi misi yang filosofis ternyata menghasilkan keuntungan yang luar biasa. Bukan saja uang, tapi juga penghargaan.
Translation is the philosophical vision and mission at the end give us more than just money, so it gives us and these awards are the validations for that. Okay, next slide please.
Yeah.
I guess so how did we get those awards? Some of the things that we did are these. One of one of the things is this GMP standard compliance. In 1997, the family decided to build a factory accordance with GMP standard for pharmaceutical company. Our company actually producing only herbal medicine. So according to the government regulation, we only need to have GMP standard for herbal medicine. But they decided to build this GMP standard, pharmaceutical standard of manufacture, which costs a lot of more money and more difficult in doing the process, of course. But the family decided to invest more to make sure that our products are all safe for the consumer. So these are some of the things that we did based on this patient and mission. And then next, also quality control. So as you can see, all of each batch of our productions pass all these 5 quality control tests. Those 3 at the top, aflatoxin test, microbial contamination test, and heavy metal test, are required by the government. But then we went beyond the regulation. We added 2 more, fertilizer and pesticide tests, and also the last one is DNA test. DNA test is to ensure that our products are free from foreign materials or from pork. Yeah, so we did this extra quality control tests, which of course probably many people say is unnecessary, but for us it's just to ensure that our products is safe. Okay, next. We also use a lot of computer-aided manufacturing machineries, a lot of automations in our company, just to make sure that we get the accurate measurement for each product. So each product that you drink all have the same formulation, same dosage. Yeah, and not a lot of workers, of course, because it's automated. And then also we invested a lot in environmentally friendly equipment. And ini kan
Slide.
And the next
The factory of Tolak Angin.
Factory of Tolak Angin. Next slide.
Yeah. In Indonesia is we are rich in plants, very rich, but the processor is very minim. So in 2010 we built a new business, raw material extraction factory. So we can extract every plant like ginger, temulawak, everything. Slide please. Nah, ini dia masuk ke sini dia.
So
untuk itu kita juga masuk ke hulunya.
Yeah. So maybe I want to add a bit. In pharmaceutical company, usually there are raw materials factory. So in pharmaceutical, they buy raw materials and then they mix it into product, medicine. But in Jamu, in herbal medicine, in Indonesia,
no factory, no material factory.
There is no raw material factory, so we have to process all the materials by ourselves. from the cleaning, from the washing, from the drying, grinding and everything. And then we mix it into a product. So that's why we made the one before, the extraction factory, to ensure to supply it into Sido Muncul and also other factories to ensure that we have good quality raw materials. And also we built this nursery and greenhouse to make sure that we have supply that's up to our standard. So
Yeah, we create make a research about ginger. So we have a research here. So my dream is we will have a better ginger quality. Yeah, this is the nursery and the greenhouse, and we have a lab. We make a cooperation with so many
farmers.
No, yeah, farmers and perguruan tinggi,
Universities.
university. Next slide.
Very next slide.
Gini biasa.
Sorry. Okay. So those are the museum and research center that we are going to build in the future. Right now it's still in process. Okay, these are some of the products that we have right now. As mentioned before, one of our biggest brand is Tolak Angin. And then we have this new SMA. SMA is for digestive health. Next slide, please. And we also have beverage products, RTD, ready to drink products. Next. And also supplements. Next. Please, the slide before.
We produce not only vitamin C, vitamin E, D3, but we produce a supplement from herbal. So like turmeric, ginger, Tolak Angin, and other products.
So we have almost, I think, more than 300 SKU. So these are some of the products that we have. Next slide, please.
Yeah, this is in the past, yeah, when we promote how we promote our herbal. We sell from fillet to fillet with the way like this. And the short man at the top is apa nih?
We have
name Pak Joyo. Yeah, I know him well because it was so funny. I
Indian?
No, not comedian, but yeah, it's small person. So we
you used to
attract people to come.
you used to write this.
Yeah. This is how we sell in the past. Next slide, please.
Yeah.
This is our.
So before, maybe a little bit of background stories. In the old days, in Indonesia, jamu or herbal medicine is not as prestigious as it is now. A lot of people look at herbal medicine as not fake, but
Dipandang mata, underestimate.
yeah, a lot of people underestimate herbal medicine. But that was the old days. And then the way that jamu was sold in the old days is the one that you saw before. But right now, since maybe 20 years ago, we decided to increase the image of herbal medicine because actually it is a good product. Yeah, right now a lot of people realize that. But in the old days, we have to do a lot of promotions, a lot of educations of what is herbal medicine. So these are some of the promotions that we do now.
Kasali.
Yeah, the one on top is the Professor Reinald Kasali.
He is very famous.
He is one of our brand ambassadors for Tolak Angin. And
Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, Manny Pacquiao.
He is a boxer, very famous boxer. And the left is former minister. Dahlan Iskan.
So right now, a lot of people, in the old days, nobody wants to be brand ambassador for herbal medicine. But right now, I think
everybody
appreciate and they are willing to represent our products. Next slide. yeah, that's the end of our presentation. I hope it's useful. And thank you for the time, Tervera and Bulala.
Thank you, Mr. Irwan and Ms. Maria. We will now pass on to Ms. Lala to present about the SDGs.
Yes, okay, this one, yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Feranita, for the very nice introduction. Above all, thank you so much for Mr. Irwan Hidayat and Ms. Maria for this rare opportunity. We are blessed to have you here. So we are all able to share with the audiences all around Asia. Last but not least, thank you so much for Taylor's University Malaysia for making this session happen. And without further ado, let me start to explain Sido Muncul and SDGs Award achievement. Just now, Mr. Irwan Hidayat already explained about Sido Muncul vision and Ms. Maria as well. Any one of you eager to help me recall what is Sido Muncul vision? You may raise your hand or chat in the chat box. I'm waiting for your answer, audience, please. Any one of you eager to help me recall what is Sido Muncul vision? Okay, if no answer, then I will answer my own question. Provide benefit to society and the environment. Mr. Irwan Hidayat told me over and over that it's about 2 decades ago, people was kind of like blaming Sido Muncul vision, which seems like NGO vision, non-profit organization vision, or social worker vision. People thought that this vision is not cool at all, is not internationalized, or even not sellable. However, Mr. Irwan and his sibling, through Sido Muncul, always think, work, and act on that vision. We may make an analogy such as train runs on its wheels. Okay, we can see on the slide, Sido Muncul, founded in 1940, and then the production capacity, the female worker, the male worker, and also the location. Before we continue our discussion, I would like my honorable audience to watch a video. My apologies because the video is still in Bahasa Indonesia. Please.
Sebagai salah satu industri obat herbal di Indonesia, Sido Muncul memproduksi obat tradisional, suplemen kesehatan, kuasi, kosmetik, dan produk pangan olahan. Seluruh tahapan produksi dilakukan sesuai standar cara pembuatan obat tradisional yang baik dan cara produksi pangan olahan yang baik, mulai dari bahan baku, pengolahan, pengemasan, pengawasan mutu produk rilis oleh pemastian mutu, hingga distribusi, baik di Indonesia sampai ke berbagai negara di dunia. Bagi kami, research dan development memegang peran penting dalam menghadirkan kreativitas dan inovasi agar mampu mengembangkan produk existing dan produk baru sehingga menghasilkan produk yang mengikuti perkembangan teknologi dan kebutuhan konsumen. Untuk mengetahui keamanan produk, kami melakukan uji toksisitas non-klinik secara in vivo melalui pemeriksaan lanjutan di laboratorium farmakologi. Sido Muncul juga memiliki klinik Pratama sebagai pusat pelayanan kesehatan karyawan dan uji khasiat produk. Sebagai upaya melakukan standarisasi bahan baku tanaman obat yang digunakan, Sido Muncul memiliki pusat laboratorium rempah yang terdiri dari laboratorium kultur jaringan, nursery, dan greenhouse. Kami menjalin kemitraan dan pendampingan dengan para petani serta supplier, sehingga tercapai pasokan yang berkelanjutan. Rangkaian proses produksi diawali dengan bahan baku yang datang, yang akan dicek oleh quality control untuk memastikan bahan telah sesuai standar yang ditetapkan. Bahan baku akan diekstrak di PT Semarang Herbal Indoplant dengan menggunakan mesin-mesin berteknologi tinggi, yaitu mesin perkolasi, mesin evaporasi, mesin sterilisasi, dan pengeringan. Sido Muncul memproduksi berbagai sediaan produk, salah satunya sediaan cairan obat dalam, yaitu tolak angin cair, yang diproduksi di pabrik cairan obat dalam. Tolak angin cair dibuat dari ramuan ekstrak tanaman dengan proses heating dan cooling di dalam mixing tank. Tahap selanjutnya adalah mesin fill and seal multiline dan pengemasan ke dalam sachet, dos, dan karton. Semua proses produksi dilakukan secara higienis dan dioperasikan dengan sistem komputerisasi. Inovasi dalam bentuk sediaan serbuk effervescent hadir dalam produk Kuku Bima Energy yang diproduksi di pabrik yang modern dengan tahapan produksi meliputi mixing, drying, dan packaging. Kuku Bima Energy memiliki 8 varian rasa dan telah masuk ke pasar ekspor. Sido Muncul terus berinovasi menghadirkan beragam produk agar dapat menjangkau semua segmen konsumen. Kami berupaya menaik kelaskan obat herbal melalui produk soft capsule, ready to drink, dan minyak aromaterapi. Setiap produk yang dihasilkan telah melalui pengujian sesuai yang disyaratkan Badan Pengawas Obat dan Makanan. Berbagai pengujian dilakukan di laboratorium analisa, diantaranya uji logam berat menggunakan ICP-MS, uji zat aktif menggunakan HPLC, TLC, dan spektrofotometer UV-VIS, uji mikroskopis simplisia, dan uji mikrobiologi menggunakan mikroskop, uji bebas bahan hara menggunakan PCR, dan uji kontaminan dan lain-lain menggunakan GCMS. Untuk menjamin keamanan konsumen, setiap batch produk akan diambil sampel sebagai pertinggal di ruang retain sampel, serta diperiksa secara berkala sehingga kondisi produk yang beredar dapat dipantau. Dengan melewati tahapan proses untuk menghasilkan produk yang baik, produk yang telah memenuhi standar dan telah dirilis oleh Quality Assurance akan disimpan di gudang produk jadi untuk didistribusikan ke berbagai wilayah pemasaran. Sido Muncul yakin dengan segala upaya pemenuhan regulasi yang telah dilakukan dapat menghadirkan produk yang mengedepankan keamanan, mutu, dan khasiat. Sido Muncul, tradisi, ilmu, dan teknologi.
Okay. There are some points that we can conclude from that video, the Sido Muncul production video. They are telling that Sido Muncul has been practicing 5 pillars: the environment preservation, inclusive business, employee welfare, product integrity, and sustainable distribution. What is Sido Muncul called with the Sido Selaras, or in English, Selaras means line. Sido Muncul seems always use Sido in every aspect of their activity, such as Sido Tetulung for the employee cooperative, and then Sido Belanja, just now we saw in the video for their next project. Sido Belanja, belanja is bahasa Indonesia, in English means shopping. So for the shopping center, Sido Belanja. Because since IPO in year 2013, Sido Muncul code in Indonesia Stock Exchange, or we call it ticker, is Sido. The code is Sido. And I wonder maybe Pak Irwan has grandchildren named with Sido Hidayat, maybe, because everything is Sido. Okay, and back to Sido Selaras. Sido Selaras. What is Sido Selaras? Sido Selaras is in accordance with 5 sustainable pillars. I already told you: environment, inclusive, employee, product, and sustainable, which is kind of personification of vision of Sido Muncul. which we already heard directly from Mr. Irwan Hidayat and Ms Maria Hidayat. Okay, before we move to the next discussion, is there any question or any opinions? You may type your question in the chat box, please. No? Okay, next slide. Okay, now we move to SDGs part. But before, let me deliver my gratitude to SDGs Center Diponegoro University as verificator teams for Sido Muncul before participating in SDGs Award 2022. There are 17 SDGs goals. And next slide. SDG Center Undip verified that from 17 SDGs goals, Sido Muncul contributed to 13 goals. What are they? We can see in the slide: no poverty, zero hunger, and goal number 3. And last but not least, goal number 17, partnership for the goals. Next slide. Okay. Now let's take a look to Sido Muncul SDGs best practice one by one. The first best practice is Sambirata Cardamom Spice Village, where Sido Muncul contributes to 5 SDGs goals. Goals number 4, goals number 7, 8, 20, 12, and 13. This program is a partnership with farmers, was launched in 2000. It means 20 years ago. Oh my God, that's my age, Dr. Vera, 20 years. The farmer in this village supplies cardamom to Sido Muncul. Unfortunately, the group has several challenges. Drying cardamom after harvesting, like limited access to drying oven, and this method is inefficient due to unpredictable weather. Farmers need at least 5 days to dry their products. And finally, this resulted in low quality cardamom and reduced its selling prices. And to fill this gap, Sido Muncul, the farmer groups, and the village administration have participated to produce cardamom drying equipment. That's the first best practice. And next is the second best practice. The second best practice is Rice Inspirational Village, where Sido Muncul contributes to 2 SDGs goals. Goals number 2 and goals number 4. Sido Muncul chose this place since it is Java rice bowl and food resilience buffer. The project of the Rice Inspiration Village was launched in 2017. This is one of Sido Muncul flagship corporate social responsibility programs. This program is also to tackle widespread overuse of synthetic fertilizer that can cause pollution and degrade soil productivity. One of the measures to improve crop production is by using a balanced product, environmentally friendly farming approaches. We can see that after Sido Muncul joining this Rice Inspirational Village, we can see on the table before and after that before there are overused pesticide utilization, then after Sido Muncul joining, they use local way, the farmers, and move to organics, and also the soil is healthier before Sido Muncul joining this Rice Inspirational Village. Okay, next. The third best practice from Sido Muncul is economic recovery after pandemic and vaccination acceleration, where Sido Muncul contributes to 3 SDGs goals. Goals number 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, we know that COVID-19 is something not easy for any one of us. We know that, and Sido Muncul do realize about this and making some programs such as Mbok Jajan, communal closet, Candi Bread Partners Village and vaccination acceleration. For vaccination acceleration, as we know that Sido Muncul has the most luxurious mall in Semarang, Tentrem Mall, and Sido Muncul provide it place to as the one of Central Java vaccination center, in particular Semarang, that making everyone eager to get vaccinated. Thank you so much, Pak Irwan. Thank you so much, Ibu Maria, and thank you so much, Sido Muncul. Once again, thank you so much for the opportunity. And before I end this session, let's watch a video from Hotel Tentrem Semarang, a hotel by Sido Muncul. Once you have an opportunity to visit Indonesia, in particular Semarang, note for Dr. Vera, ya. Please enjoy Hotel Tentrem Semarang, please.
Ini janjiku, oh Indonesia. Ini cintaku, oh Indonesia. Ku berdiri di atas tanah air tercinta Indonesia. Selalu harapanku Indonesia, selalu juaraku Indonesia. Tuhan tunjukkan cara untukku selalu mencinta Indonesia.
Wow, thank you so much. Very beautiful video. And Pak Irwan, Ms. Vera told me that she really miss Indonesia watching this video. And this is kind of
Welcome, Vera. Yeah.
welcome to Semarang. Okay. And may I add a little bit that this is the example of how Pak Irwan make everything under one theme, under philosophy in this Hotel Tentrem. The philosophy is, the theme is Chinese Japanese. As we know that Japanese is one of the biggest culture in tribe in Indonesia. And through that themes, Pak Irwan make this hotel and everything under this theme, this philosophy. The door handle, if you saw, and then the employee uniform, and then the hotel design, everything is under one theme. That's why Pak Irwan always tell us that the philosophy is an important thing. Thank you. That's all from me, Dr. Vera.
Thank you, Lala, for the presentation. Yeah, I watched the video yesterday and I was like, oh my God, I miss Indonesia so much and I'm looking hungry. And then the hotel design is really beautiful because it's a cultural blend between Javanese culture and the Chinese culture. It's really amazing. I look forward to visiting Semarang soon. Okay. So actually we have some audiences, they are in the Europe time zone, so they couldn't join us, but they will watch the recording later. But there's one question from Rani. Rani is Indonesian living in the UK. So her question is, as far as I know, I heard from Ms. Maria, there are 13 members from a 4th generation, and I'm sure there are more family members in the family business itself. So her question is, how do you ensure that innovation, especially in regards to business operation and not just the products, happen in the established family business like yours?
So I guess the question is for me.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's in our DNA, because since we were children, we are always taught to think into the future, sort of like that. So our parents always challenges us to always think for the future market. For example, during the COVID, we managed to launch more products than years before, because we already actually we already prepared for not for COVID, but we already prepared the products way years before. And then when the COVID hits, all we have to do is just launch the product. So during the supplements that you saw before in the slides, we launched it in 2021 February. So we did the research way before that, maybe like five to 7 years before. So I guess yeah, that's one way to do it. It's already embedded in our DNA or our teaching since we were kids.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing, Ms. Maria. It's I think one of the important thing that our research also about family business is actually really passing down the family value from young.
Yeah. That's well, my grandmother, actually, when she was alive, every year during her birthday, 28th December, we always celebrated her birthday. So after Christmas, we celebrated her birthday, and then she always had first session of advices. So she taught us about the family values since we were kids, but not to well, many things. So they don't teach us much about the technical or the knowledge, because I think we can learn that from schools, but they taught us about the values more. But what we have to hold on. Yeah.
Okay, so before I close, it's 12 o'clock. So if I would ask, is there any question from the audience before I close the session? If you like to ask question, you may unmute yourself or you can type in the chat box. Okay, so I would like to close the session by extending my sincere thanks. Really thank you so much. It's such an honor to have you, Mr. Irwan Hidayat, Ms. Maria Hidayat, and also Ms. Lala Irviana for the sharing session today. My sincere thanks to Sido Muncul and Asian Legacies for the support and making this webinar happen. So thank you again. I look forward to seeing you in Semarang.
Oh yeah,
Thank you.
please come to Semarang.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Pak Irwan. Thank you, Ibu Maria. Thank you, audience.